Friday, about 9 p.m., and it was a decent day today, I guess. I watched the little fella while Mommy went to work, Daddy was at work, and Spencer was at school. And they come home about 3:45, I think, with the traffic and all. He gets off at 3 and she picks him up. But traffic's bad. But I was watching the little fella. My God, that kid is an eating machine. I call him Tank. Cause and when for fun, he bangs his head into you. Holy cow. Kid's got a head like a bowling ball. And I sometimes the way he sits with his mouth gaping open, he looks like he's deficient, But he's smart. He was figuring out some stuff today. He figured out how the diaper pail thing opens and closes, and where you have to push it on the lid to close it. I let him. I thought, well, he's not doing any harm. So he was figuring out where on the lid you have to push it shut to close it. Otherwise, it pops back open. It took him about 20 minutes, but he figured it out. And if you say things like clock, he looks up. He knows where the clock is. And if he's starting to associate things like time and clock or work, walk, out. You have to go out to do those things. Things like that, which is a delight. And he's heavy. Some men dumped off a big pile of dirt today. Not that big of a pile. I was expecting a bigger pile. Tomorrow morning, some men are coming early, and they're going to level out the area of the backyard so that they can erect a new swing set. The old one of the main boards cracked, and I have it held together with 3 zip ties. But I don't know. We'll see. There's lots of big old gopher holes in the back. And I might try to do something about that that's inobtrusive and people won't notice. Apparently, I have outdone my welcome as watcher and helper to Ashley, because she said, as of today, it's been 4 weeks, and the doctor said she's doing real well healing and all, so she can start lifting once in a while. But if she needs me, she should call me Monday. I will watch the baby guy because both of them are working. But as to the other days, either she's home or Brian's home or something like that. I think I have to make absolutely sure. Some guy came to the door before they got home from school, and trying to sell pest control. He was a young, cute kid, a Mormon kid, Josiah. And I told him the owner was not home. And he said he'd try back later. And then he asked me, any problems. I said, only the usual ants when it warms up. And I said, we have a handle on that. I said, I don't think so. They were talking about pest control, so I didn't say no, go away. And then, sure enough, after they come home, the kid comes back. The dogs are barking. Ashley's just been through some things and went to the front door, and she couldn't shake him. He wouldn't go away. He kept being there, She finally had to open the door and tell him to piss off. She was pissed. Apparently Spencer relapsed and hit and kicked the teacher, hit some kid, was trying to take other kids' food, just a whole bunch of stuff. And he had a special teacher that comes and sees him, I think, once a week, and today was the day, the first time, and trying to help him become a regular student and not so into him his own world or something. I don't know. Maybe everybody's messed up in this family, but we look good doing it. But at supper, I helped put the baby up in the high chair and take him down. Well, actually, she took him down. And basically, it's alluding to they don't need me. She doesn't need me. It's like, I'm too much. Back up, Grandma. The kids won't want to do anything, and I don't follow all the rules because I don't know all the rules. I mean, Ashley and Brian get together and they discuss how they're going to handle stuff and what they're going to do, but I'm not informed. So it's really hard for me. I don't get clues, So you have to tell me, and I have to know them, and it has to be consistent just as much as a kid's rules have to be consistent. Apparently, I am a great big thorn in Ashley's side. So I'm probably going to take a nosedive into depression. But to just be a few days that they'll need me, and that's fine. They just have to tell me. They have to tell me. Apparently, they don't like my introduction of certain kinds of music or languages or anything else. They want things their way, a certain way, a very particular way, but I don't know what that way is. It's easier to do things the right way when you know what the right way is. And if I mention something, Brian, oh, you're being a martyr. Maybe she said that to him and he's telling me. I don't know. Usually if it's some hard rules or something hard for her to tell me, she takes it out on Brian and Brian tells me. What she did today in the message before he got home. So actually, I don't count on being around the kids, and don't be outside when they're outside, and because they'll come running to you, and Ashley wants to spend time with the kids. I was like, okay, I got it. But sometimes I want to be outside, so that's going to be kind of hard for me, unless I build a wall or something. There's pluses and minuses to being here and in this situation. Tomorrow is the erection of the swing set, which should be most of the morning, like 4 hours in the morning, 8 to noon or something like that. And then I think I will go to Wally World and pick up some supplies that I need, like toilet paper and stuff like that. So, yeah, it's going to be difficult for me because I'll have no one to talk to, and except the kitty, of course. I do have a ticket for next week. No, not this weekend, but next weekend. On a Saturday, it's a symphony concert thing. And I do need to go through this paperwork. Someone from Riverside County, that's the county we're living in. We're at the very edge of it. We're near San Bernardino County in Riverside County. This young girl calls. I couldn't hardly understand her. She mumbled so badly. I had to ask her to repeat herself. Usually when I have to ask someone to repeat themselves, I slow my voice down and make it extra precise so that they get the hint. Most people do get the hint. Or I'll say, could you please speak slower or more distinctly? And they're not offended if you ask them in a nice way. But you find as you age that the younger generation, each generation younger and younger, they talk very fast, they mumble all their words or talk in abbreviations, and it's difficult to deal. over the phone when not seeing their face. So she had I had applied for something back in, good God, February, I think, 3 months ago. She finally got around to it, or she saw it on her desk. There's some kind of program for senior citizens that you can get help with your grocery money or this or that or health care or whatever. But it depends if you qualify. And she said, we have some of the information, but we need some more. I'll send you an email as to what we need. And I told her I was babysitting and couldn't talk today. How about Tuesday? So she's going to call me back Tuesday, and I'll have to have the information that she wants to see if I qualify for any of this special help and stuff. So between now and Tuesday, I really have to bone up on all this mail that's sitting here in a tub. Yeah, some people go, yeah, right. I'll show you. It's right there. That's all mail. Most of it is like AARP or Medicare, senior citizens, this, that, the other thing. How do people do it? I never knew how people did it before they get old and have all this extra mail and stuff coming in. Man, I don't know. How long have I been talking? Sorry. Oh, 12 minutes. Okay. Kitty cat's zonked out on the floor. He wants me to go to bed. I poured a nice cup of nighttime coffee and went to put milk in there, and nothing moved out of the container. A little bit of dribbling, and I heard clunk clunk, and I think, oh, gross. So no milk in the coffee tonight. It's chunked up and gone bad, apparently. The other night, not last night, but the night before, I peed every hour on the hour, and I had diarrhea for 3 hours, like water. And they were afraid didn't know what to do with me. Brian was home yesterday, so he said, just rest. So I did. I rested all day, hardly ate a thing. Still felt like I got punched in the gut. But this morning, I felt much, much, much better. I didn't feel sick at all. They were afraid I was sick and I'm going to pass it on to the kids, blah, blah, blah. I said, no, I think it was something that I ate. And I immediately regretted what I ate a lot that day. You eat stuff and just a little bit left and you don't want to put it in the fridge, so you eat it. Didn't want to throw it away, so I ate it. Mistake. Big mistake. Hopefully my Social Security check's in the bank, because if not, then I have nothing. But I'm going to start trying to save from now till whenever. I'm going to try to live as frugally as possible and eat as smaller amounts and all that. And eat differently, I think. And conduct myself differently. I want to start practicing the piano. Since I won't be seeing the kids so much, Brian says, I contradict all the things that they're trying to teach the kids. In other words, it's all my fault. Sure, why not? I'm a scapegoat. I've been all my life. Spencer knows how to push her buttons, and he knows how to get around stuff. And he took my phone, thought I didn't notice, and I sat and watched him try to open the phone with the secret code or the thumbprint or whatever. And what did I say? I said, well, it's a good thing that someone named Spencer doesn't know how to get into my phone. And he looks up at me. I said, Mommy said no phone. But I want to watch the fairy tale stories that we watched. I said, no, Mommy said no phone. Because he had a really bad day at school. He hit and lashed out, or I don't know what's going on. But the kids that were pestering him and teasing him, and the boy that hit him in the face, are all graduating to the next level up, so they won't be there. And that means there might be some younger kids moving up to where Spencer is. And I said, Spencer, you got to show these new kids how to behave. And, you got to conduct yourself so that they respect you and they won't hate you. It's really hard, but I said, you don't want them being, like that. So you have to be like, you know all about that, your level. I know it's really hard, and it's probably a stupid thing to say, and my situation was so different. I didn't really have any say, and it just falls out of my mouth and stuff. And I'm a big pain to Ashley. I'm not her real mom. Her mom passed away shortly before I moved out here. And her sister's 10 years older than she is. Or more. 12 years older than she is? I don't know. 52. I don't know. I don't know. So she's really close to her sister, as if her sister was her mom, and I'm just some weird stranger. And I mean weird stranger. And Brian loves me because he's my son, but he tolerates me, but he also feels that obligated to be the go-between and be the translator between Ashley, who won't say things to me because she's afraid to, or I don't know. I think we need to open up some kind of conversation that is not hurtful, but if there's something that needs done or needs undone or something, just say it. I don't get hints. So basically it's piss off, Grandma. But that's okay. Life goes on. Got stuff to do. Upward and onward.